Ta-da! Hey, where'd my transition go? Damn it. Hold on. Hold on. Just wait. Just wait. Okay. Now. There you go. That's better, right? We like that. It's much smoother. Looks nice. Professionals. God, that's a classic. References to comedians from like maybe 10 years ago now? Holy crap. Oh. Oh, well, hi everyone. Welcome to Wednesday night. I hope it's treated you well so far. Because it's not like you've been bereft of the opportunity to have a Wednesday night before I welcomed you to it, right? But still, perhaps perhaps you believe that the nighttime starts at 7 o'clock, in which my invitation to enjoy and welcome to Wednesday night would make a lot of sense. Or perhaps you're one of the people who gets up really early and believe the evening starts at 5 o'clock. Wherever you sit on the evening timeline, you are welcome to it, and I'm glad you're spending it with me tonight for what is probably going to be the last episode of Final Fantasy II. And what a long, strange journey it's been. From 4 episodes of Final Fantasy I up to 7 of Final Fantasy II. Like, I am hoping there won't be an exponential growth and Final Fantasy III will take us 11 episodes. That would be terrible. Actually, it might not be terrible. What if that whole time is really enjoyable and really funny? Like, every episode I wear a different hat. I'm not going to do that. I don't like hats. Not just because in video games when you wear hats you inevitably remove the model of your hair from your character. I understand how difficult it would be to remodel every hair with a hat on top, but it just felt like taking away a bit of the customization. The same way it's always odd to have a helmet and not have the ability to hide a helm, especially in games where you spend a lot of time customizing. Then again, there are other games where you spend a lot of time customizing and you never see yourself in game. I'm thinking Cyberpunk 2077 is the most recent example. You spend a lot of time configuring your face, your scars, your mods, what you look like, what you get up to, and then like you're in first person. I should probably play Cyberpunk. Like, I bought it. I haven't got around to it. Yeah, Corey, see, that's a good idea. A couple of quick games and get the more iconic parts of the series. And the reason these early games aren't as iconic is that 2 and 3 were not released in Northern America and therefore Australia. Of course not Australia. For like a while, a very long time. So, we can't engage with them with a nostalgia factor. We're engaging them as relics of the past. We're looking at them and going, this is how it was, but not how it was for us. And we will have that experience when we get to, I think for Australians, I don't actually know about the publication history of Final Fantasy VI in Australia, but 7 as the flagship title for the PlayStation 1, like, we will absolutely be on a nostalgia trip when we get there. So, yeah, I kind of hope we have a couple of quick games too. But I get the feeling a lot of people will have fond memories of 4. Or Final Fantasy II in Northern America. You'll notice the distinct difference, the absolute magnitude of effort that went in, and the additional complexity that was brought in by the introduction of the Super Nintendo as opposed to the Nintendo. When we jumped to Final Fantasy IV. And like, 4 is also where you'll start to see... We've got a couple of tropes here, like Bishonen Emperor, who's up to no good, and a group of rebels doing something to bring down a power structure that is abusing people, right? Like, that's actually a very common Final Fantasy thing. And as Corey quite intelligently said about a fortnight ago, a lot of Final Fantasy games have themes of anti-imperialism and anti-child soldier, because that comes up surprisingly a lot more often than you think. And And that's not here in 2 so much, but it is supposed to be noted that Fairy and Maria and Guy, and Leon to some extent, are like young too. But Final Fantasy IV has a lot of those as well. Like, not too many spoilers, but you start as a member of an empire that is harming people, and you turn against it, you rebel against it, and like, that's good. We get those classic Final Fantasy tropes and start building into what the series can be distilled into as common themes. I'm aping more intellectual, intelligent, literary and textual analysis skills that I straight up do not have, but I've sure watched a lot of very long videos about it. Oh, I'm going to link something. Before we start, there's a series that you may be interested in. It's called The Animation of Final Fantasy. And here's the episode of The Animation of Final Fantasy 2. And I would start at Final Fantasy 1. I just had this easy to grab, and I do want to start the game tonight. That's an interesting video that I will hopefully remember to link again at the end of tonight's stream, because it is a very fascinating look from a professional animator, video game animator, about the difficulties that the original Final Fantasy and then Final Fantasy 2 as they go on would have with their limited animation budget, and how they're slowly introducing story. And the big secret of Final Fantasy 2 is now they have blocking. And when you have blocking, your actors can have scenes. Without it, you've got like even less than like monologues, but static monologues. And they even mentioned that the very original Final Fantasy 1, Garland, the end boss, had more text than you could fit in a single text box, but no other NPC had a need to have more than one box of text. So they were all static NPCs. You interact with them in one place, and then you get their text, and that's it. But Garland's text was too long, so they had to bodge it. They didn't even have blocking. They didn't have the ability to have a different dialogue in a different location. So when you talk to him, the end boss, and he starts his rant, he'll give one box of dialogue, right? And then he'll take a step backwards, or his model will disappear and reappear one step back. You take another step forward, talk to him again, and you get the next layer of dialogue. Because the game itself didn't have the space, didn't have the complexity, didn't have the ability to have him have a longer dialogue box. If you're interested in how games are designed, the workarounds, the intense complexity and brilliant ways that programmers and game designers got around the limitations, that's fascinating. So yeah, cool video. Anyway, let's get going. Right? Here's our quick save in the Jade Passage. Last episode we actually got 5 achievements on Steam that don't appear for me when I'm playing full screen, but that's okay. All to do with the birth of the Wyvern and then beating up the Emperor, and then... Oh, yeah, that's where we were. Go north. Beating up the Emperor, and then go beating up the Dark Knight who took over from the Emperor, and, good stuff. The Dark Knight being Leon, our lost friend. Make her share the thing, yes please. Just cordial for now. I had a coffee at work, so I don't need another one. Oh, the Shimmer just bad breathed. Okay, that was close. Maria and Guy to stone. Luckily, they still get experience levels up while they're in that state, and we can just assume our way out of it. That was pretty good. Finding the music here in the Jade Passage pretty nice. Yeah, Corey, I agree. But I had one before I started, and then I took the opportunity to get up and walk around Braddon, look for another, look for any more anti-vax or anti-trans stickers, trans rights, by the way, and get a coffee at 11, and then another one at 3:30. I think I'm okay. Especially as the last ones are very big. I could make some decaf, which is only bad when it's treated poorly. But, I don't know, it was pretty warm. I had a nice run. I wanted to rehydrate with some cordials, so here we are. The sprites for the playable cast of Final Fantasy II. Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you, Mako. I don't have a moment to click, but I suggest everyone open it up and take a look. And things I'm interested in are like, which version is that? Like the original sprites, or the ones we have now, or is it all of them perhaps from the different versions? Original NES, yeah. And that is interesting because those original NES ones are like they reuse the warrior for Firion. Now, everyone, I suggest you do check out my Twitter feed, which is linked on Twitch, so that you can see the amazing art that Larxie did for the Vampire Lady. Because one of our friendly favorite and frequent commenters, Larxie, is like, Vampire Lady, hey? I know what they're supposed to look like. It made me laugh for a while, and as I posted to my personal Facebook, I'm pretty chuffed to receive that. It's been a really good day. So let's finish off today. We're going hard. Killing ourselves an emperor. Saving a whole friggin' world. That looks like a secret. Oh, isn't that a secret area? Whoa! Alright, Leon's dead. Okay, that was fun. Funny thing is, I was just about to say, the blood sword worked there. Leon was slightly injured, he used the blood sword and healed himself back up. The system works, everyone celebrates. Now he's dead. And this is just how it goes sometimes, my friends. Why cast haste? Why not? I want Leon alive when the fight ends because he needs the experience. You better not die, buddy. This is spirit. Cool. Get him! Cool. Ooh, thanks, Mako. Larxie, I'm pretty chuffed. It looks... I would concur that it is in fact a masterpiece. Oh, the PSP version, Mako. Now, I'm curious about that too. I do want to open up those spreadsheets. Because I love memes, and I love bad memes, I'm in a lot of shitposting groups. And I'm also in a lot of shitposting groups sometimes for specific interests and hobbies. And the Final Fantasy shitposting group appears to do nothing other than complain about different Final Fantasies to one another. Now, I shouldn't judge that too much, right? That's what they want. This looks ominous. We ready? We're going straight to hell. It's a good little animation there as well. This is the castle of hell. Pandemonium! Pandemonium, first floor. Alright? Lovely. That's good. That's good stuff. Wow. I can go for ominous Latin chanting. It may not be Latin, but for ominous chanting, yes, please. That's cool. Death Rider? Whoa, we're not dealing much damage to them physically. They don't have too much health though. They will one-shot Leon! Wow! We're also leveling up life while we do this. It's totally worth it, don't even argue. Wow! Yeah, I thought so. I think the music here did something I've been asking. I think the music here did something I've been asking for all game. It's continued the music from when it was interrupted by the random battle. Hey, yeah, good point, Luxie. Even the battlefield background looks incredible. I don't know if we're strictly in hell, but still. Oh shit. Okay. So it's a paralyze on attack. The spell's not going to be high enough to deal with it. Yeah. Sorry guys, that's all we can do on that one. The paralyze on attack, I didn't want to risk it, because all they need to do is hit the other two and we're in a lot of trouble. Ambushed again! Wow! We might be in trouble. If this is how we're dealing, is how the fights are going. It's okay. We just have to... If we just have to grind, we just have to grind. He thought he was so tough too. He was like kicking around little underlings as a Dark Knight for a while. Well, just not as good. Yeah, I'll miss him. Okay, one of them I think we'll give it a try. Oh, that wasn't so bad. That Death Rider might deal a lot of damage. How does that Death Rider deal several thousand damage? I think perhaps they deal % damage. Mystic Quest! Mystic Quest! Nothing wrong with Mystic Quest, it's just different. It doesn't mean it's bad. Absolutely doesn't mean it's bad. I played a bit of Mystic Quest. I didn't finish it. It has... I'm gonna get crucified. It has a slightly more Zelda-y feel to it. In that it's got to focus on gaining items, and some of those items are movement-based items as well. Yeah, the curls have a death attack on them. Yeah, I think you're right, Corey. If it's, it could be percent and some base damage and that base damage is enough to just knock out Leon. One chest there, and then all the way over there. Okay. Except, are those doors? I think we can take two. Just take 2 rounds of combat. We'll be alright. Perhaps I was getting worried unnecessarily. Perhaps I'm quite reasonably worried. Get him! Bonk. Funny, we're having less trouble with the mithril golems than we did the others. And that leveling up guys' access to the next level would be even more powerful too. I could use that elixir. Right, so we go north again. We need to deal with the curls. Curl, because they have that death attack. Curls, totally fine. Unless they ambush. What do you think? Percent? Gotta be. Dead. Alright. Sorry, Leon, no experience for you. Guys, Axe level up. Excellent. Good. And at like level 10 plus, it seems like the weapon skills gain a massive bonus. So that's pretty neat. I'm gonna look forward to that. And we'll be able to see it in action here. Yeah, look at that. That's quite a bit higher than before. And good, right? Because Pandemic Ribbon, I bet. Yeah, less defense. But it's okay. It guards against elemental attacks and status effects. Honestly, we could use many of those. Everyone other than our frontline hitters, that's really powerful. Twist Headband. Diamond Helm would go, like, attack would go down. But those... It doesn't die that much. You know what we should do? Give you a Diamond Helm. Slightly less attack, but maybe you won't die as much. There you go. It's worth it. Yeah. Show me your bonk power, Furion. Cool. That's alright, that's why we have Phoenix Downs. We're gonna max Cure. Cure's gonna be level 16. Awesome. Awesome. Alright, the Lamia Queen gets all of her Lamia people behind her. And they're like, does everyone have your knives ready? Yes. Your knives out? Yes. Are they sharpened? No, madam, I'm sorry, I didn't sharpen mine. Okay, well, go back to this... We'll wait for another random encounter, and then we'll sharpen your knife first, and then we'll go. It just wouldn't be Final Fantasy II if it didn't have a couple of beast demons. Wow. Goddess got tank, I guess. Didn't last that long though. It wouldn't be Final Fantasy II if it did involve like some trapdoors for trap rooms at the very end. This one's gonna lead to a chest and only a chest. Let's go. Ice Gigas. Ah, wasn't too bad. Ooh, it's a little worrying. 5 of them at once. We're gonna get at least one of the water kills off, right? Zero damage. Still knocked it down. We got a lot of them. 24 or 25 is pretty good. I'm happy to use an elixir now. Alright, let's go. See? That I thought it. I'm a genius. I thought, I'm gonna res Maria. I'm not gonna open the chest just yet, just in case. How fucked do you think we are? How dangerous do you think Beelzebub is? Because I'm gonna bet very. Oh boy. Sure, it's fine? The blood sword, of course. Leon will save us with the blood. Just cast flare. Okay. Okay, okay. Let's raise the magic defense, see if that helps. Boy, I'm glad we picked up the blood sword. Remember, the blood sword is not mandatory. You can just skip it by accident, by not walking back, collecting it. What do we think? It's just Maria's sorting didn't do much, that's all. So we're using her to... Oof, okay, cool. Huh. Alright, we should trust in Corey. He was sure it would be fine, everything was fine, issue resolved. Alright. Genji armor. That's another thing. Becomes a Final Fantasy standard. Finest defense that guards against instant death. Excuse me, everyone. Lower evasion. It's just with 100 defense, like, it's popping on it, right? Wait a minute, I've got an idea. Yeah? Maybe he'll die less. I think that's pretty important. It doesn't increase damage. But then again, it guards against instant death. Whoops. It guards against instant death, and I don't think if he dies it would be from damage, not from... Maria's got a couple of chances to live through. Look, I'm not sure. We'll just have to think about it. Back to YOLO. It would be good if it could. Like, I hope we can get more. Because it would be really useful to have multiple ways to protect against instant death. Get him. Whoa, Leon, you did it! Look at that! Leon did not die in a single hit. We're all very proud of him. He's a good boy. Oh, come on. Ta-da! We did it! Q is at max Fifirian. We managed to get a spell to max level. There is nothing here. Unless there's a secret invisible wall. Invisible passage. Or here, like that. It's fine, it's fine. No one saw that. Perfect. I didn't miss this walkway at all. Excellent. Any fight where the enemies do not get a turn is a good fight. Oh, oh my! A pack of werewolves, you say? What are you guys doing later? Just hanging out? Just hanging? No reason, don't worry. It's fine. So you guys go to Denny's? No? Alright. He's probably gonna hit us real hard. Like, given the name of Astaroth. Then again, I'm not basing that assumption on anything. Yeah, it had the boss fight start. Wow, that's a lot of hit points. It's funny that Maria is often dealing no damage with her swords. Alright, yeah, Corey's got a good point. We're good, don't worry. Congrats, Leon, your axe skill went up. Very pleased with you. Chest contained ribbon! Yes! Why? Oh, it reduces damage, that's true. It's just a head slot that protects against elemental attacks and status effects and increased magic defense by 82%. That's really good. That's really good. Let's protect against some status effects, my dude. A bit cheer. Thank you, Corey. You are, again, the winner. Damn it. That's the spirit, Maria. You get him. Oh look, Shell leveled up. This is the origin of Ribbon? Well, I mean, that makes sense. Nothing down there. I think Ribbon was introduced, let me listen back to it, introduced into Final Fantasy 1 with some subsequent re-releases. But still, I'm glad it's here. Because those status effects have killed us before. I'm thinking particularly of our misadventure with some vampire ladies. Oh, 4 of you. Yeah. Just a pack of bros hanging out. Yeah. I mean, you all look pretty cool. Very tough. Get it. Come on, you can do it. Bonk. Oh, and they provide. It's fine. Look at that. Leon tanked a hit. I'm so proud of you, my man. You're growing up so big and strong. I am just amazed at, like... Now, Maria can level up Kira. I am amazed at how long it's taking to level up the weapons, right? She's used nothing but swords her whole game, and she's nearly level 13 of 16. If it is an exponential growth, like, she's gonna have to hit so many friends to get to level 16 sword. If we weren't yellowing this, we could probably kill all the bombs before they attacked. Alright. Not gonna be annoyed at it for attacking instead of, like, self-destructing. People are allowed to make their own decisions on that, but it is a little funny that most of the time the bombs are all too happy. There we go! Alright, let's keep going. A Thunder Gigas! Alright, now I'm worried. Because remember... Wait a minute, Thunder Gigas, didn't we fight you earlier? They're in the Mysidian Tower. As bosses. Blood sword him, Leon! Or don't, alright. Jeez. Well, Black Robe's pretty good too. Casters are fine though. Now she's out of mana. Let's keep going. Enjoy the climactic, triumphant music, everyone. Because we will get to the end of this. Oh, fuck it! Fire Gigas, hey buddy. Womp! 4 damage. Alright. It's just because Maria's so tough. Oh, like, I keep referencing Maria as Sword Lesbian, right? Because, in part, due to the role-playing game Thirsty Sword Lesbians. I would be remiss if I failed to mention that Thirsty Sword Lesbians has a sequel Kickstarter running now. Don't remember the name of it. I hereby ask a friendly person in chat to please search for Thirsty Sword Lesbians sequel and report back with the link for chat, because if I'm going to enjoy the meme, I should also contribute to, well, a lot of developers and a lot of game designers writing a really interesting and funny game. Hell yeah. Yeah, advanced lovers and lesbians! Thanks, Vaker. Just fantastic title once again. Very good. The chest contained Hellfire. It's just there. It's hilarious. Oh, it's for a hardcover copy of the digital stuff. You just here, just hanging out? Alright. Hardcover with a digital copy that came with Thirsty Sword Lesbians. Well, that's good. I mean, for people who like physical objects, that's probably really great. I'm a bit odd and I'd prefer to have everything digitally. Get him! There we go. It's funny, that was a random encounter that was treated as a boss. Other bosses that have become random encounters don't have that animation. Maybe it's supposed to represent, like... Maybe it's supposed to represent something similar to, like, the War Mech, i.e. a random encounter that should be treated as a boss when you fight it. This isn't gonna do much. We're gonna do it anyway. Yeah, that was really not worth it. Because I didn't put time in to grind it. It's my own fault. Oh boy. Oh, okay. Okay. That was a little worrying. I'll pull up the map again. Going right would also take me to the chest, but going left would take me to the chest slightly faster and make it so I don't need to double back. And much like when I'm driving, if it's not too much out of my way, I will take a slightly different route to avoid doubling over. Yeah, it's not bad at all, not an issue. I have the backseating allowed and encouraged, backseating encouraged, tag on for a reason. Like, I appreciate and almost expect your assistance. Oh, just a blue dragon! Hey, buddy! You're not here. You're supposed to live in aquatic areas, right? Except when actually driving. What do you mean? Oh, yes. That'll happen. That happens too. And then you go, ah! And I go, ah! And then I go, ah! Do you think this was more dramatic? Like this was more of a deliberate trick before they put a map in? Like, the original releases didn't include maps for these dungeons. Like, you just had to wander. And so you might go up, and you'll find nothing. Nothing but random encounters. Random encounters filled with dragons. This is a map that says here there be dragons. On bosses, Leon is healing for half his hit points with the blood sword, and that's really satisfying. I like that. Well, except when that happens. I guess the blood sword can't heal more health than the enemy has. So, lesson for today. The background's kind of nice too. Look at those stars twinkling. The 10th floor of Pandemonium. Okay, Mako. Are we excited? That looks like a throne, right? Take a couple of steps forward. Let's go. Wait, no. The game connects to the microphone! Or directly to my mind, because it waited until I was in the process of saying no random encounters here. Very dramatic indeed, Final Fantasy II. It hits me with another blue dragon out of nowhere. Betrayed! Okay. Betrayed with a betrayal fang that you can barely see. Because it's the first item in the item list and the camera's covering it. Look at him! He's gonna fucking wreck us, isn't he? Right? I think the game... I think it turns off auto battle for bosses. But yeah, good idea. We ready? We ready? I've braved the bowels of hell to reach me. But the hand of man which deals in false justice and forsaken love can never hope to defeat the Lord Master of Hell! Yes! Think he counts as undead? He's the Lord Master of Hell, what do you think? Saint Spirit will maximize Firian's healing power. Well, Leon has got to use the blood sword, right? I'm hyped. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Look at that design on it. Oh, fuck, how much health does he have? That was crazy, 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 crazy. Alright, alright. Shell, barrier, let's do it. We use the Sage's Wisdom to maximize intellect. We may not need that. Wine that raises attack at the cost of lowering evasion. Raise attack, throw it on Maria. Oh, some clips of the Empress VA and how pretty it looks. From Dissidia, right? Let's put Aura, effectiveness of various attacks. Let's do it. And Leon, blood sorted up, buddy. We didn't put the extra attack on Maria. Sorry, on Leon because the blood sword doesn't rely on attack as much. We're getting it percent. Percent damage. Bam! The first and definitely not the last time a boss just launches a meteor at you as a attack. Sleep. Instead of that, we have shell on people. Protect, haste, shell, aura. They'll do a barrier. Maria can throw the wall up. That only works on one person. Keep Leon up. That's our strategy for now. Now, attack. Dissidia and Tia. Okay. Well, I'm currently streaming, so I don't know what the voice would be like. But hopefully it's a little bit like Busernan, right? So he's probably very sweet. No! We overthought it, everybody. We spent too long. Wow. Let's watch. Okay. I'll be 30 seconds. Okay. Wow,
Let your rightful master command you.
yeah, he is pretty.
Remember well, I shall not tolerate defeat. Only I am worthy of wielding.
Wow, okay. He's a lot more calm and less crazy. I get it. Give me a sec. It's Final Fantasy, so a multi-stage fight. Well, I hope so. Unbelievable. To be defeated like an insect like you. Who are you? Ugh. I mean, that could be part of a multi-stage fight. Or not. Or not. It's done. Now let's get out of here. Fucking run. Yeah, see how Leon fucks off because he's killed a lot of innocents? Gets out of the way. It's finally over, isn't it? It was a long struggle, but with the Emperor gone, we've nothing left to fear. Thank you. With all my heart, I thank you. The combined strength of Kashwan and Finn, we will build the kingdom anew. Together, Princess, we will create a kingdom even fairer than the old. Though once a coward, I now stand here a new man. I have all of you to thank for that. You have my deepest gratitude. I'm sure Scott is smiling down at me from above. Look at you. Do you realize what you've done? Who am I supposed to steal from with the Empire gone? You put me out of a job. I guess I'll just have to start stealing from you. Better watch your backs. I will fucking stab you, Paul. You gave me the blood sword. You want to see what I'm going to do with it? And he fucks off. You sure should, Amphibian. You're every bit the bloke I pegged you for. Yeah, you did, Lila. If you ever feel like trying your hand at pirating... What, they're not so well with you, Maria? Looks like your next battle's already begun, Furion. I hope she pegs me too. You did it! I'm sure my dad's happy for you too, up there in the clouds. I'm gonna be working here serving the princess. I just want to do whatever I can to help out. Oh. Look out, there's a ghost behind you! Yosef? We must dedicate ourselves to the task of restoring what was lost. Farewell. Words cannot express my gratitude to you all. We're taking this kid. War finally over! War finally over. Yes. We can all live in peace again, together. Mm-hmm. Right, Leon? There could be no going back. Not for all of us. But why? Don't go! Furion, stop him! Yeah, I fucking could. He may have the blood sword, but like, we could tackle him, right? Three of us? Maria, Leon is right. We've been through too much. I can't stop him. Not now. Leon! We will meet again. He's out. Oh, and there are our dead friends. It's a neat little cutscene. I like that. Well, we should be going too. This is only the beginning. No, it's not. Look, not to be a jerk, but this better not be just the beginning. Their long struggle was finally at an end. The Emperor, pandemonium, the monsters plaguing the world, all had vanished without a trace. Really? Peace had returned once more. The wounds of the war would mend, and the memory of those bitter days would fade. But one thing would never be forgotten. How Lila totally pegged Furion super hard and he loved it. That a band of young heroes once saved the world. Maria the sword lesbian took Lila to bed. They were together forever. To the fans across the globe, both past and present, the crew who brought the originals to life, we offer our profound and heartfelt thanks. Well, that's pretty sweet. Final Fantasy II Pixel Remaster stuff. Whoop whoop! We did it, everybody. Congratulations! We finished Final Fantasy II. Known by many fans as the worst one. You did it! Congratulations! I'm very proud of you. I'm proud of me too, but I'm really proud of all of you, right? We stuck through it. We braved the weird and interesting leveling system. Oh, yeah, you're totally right, Mako. There was a PSP's exclusive side content, right? Like in the Final Fantasy Dawn of Souls collection, when it had 1 and 2. Oh, logo and image illustration by Yoshitaka Amano. And there was another dungeon, a mega dungeon, longer than Pandemonium. And you know who you played as? Everyone who died. Yep, Minwu, Yosef, Rickard. There was another one, whoever. And they keep the stats they did when they died. And the idea is that it's set after here, right? Because call it a side story. The Mega Dungeon was something else. I'm sorry, my bad. The Prince, yes, I think the other Prince from early on, right? And yeah, and Scott, Gordon's brother. Thank you, exactly. And when you kill the Emperor again, right? He gets sent to heaven because he died in hell or something, and then he takes over heaven by force, and he's even stronger, and you gotta go beat him up again. And I liked that, and I kinda hoped that it would be included here. I didn't think it would be, right? Because the Pixel remasters don't include, they're not including any other content, as far as I can tell. It just would have been... I like that idea that the Emperor is even more powerful and just ridiculous and refuses to die. Refuses to give up. It doesn't matter how many times you beat it. It does matter how many times you beat him up, but he's had multiple attempts to be killed by a fantastic bloodsword. And then... still keeps ticking around. I've never played it myself, of course. Because, one, as we well know, this is the first time I played through Final Fantasy 1 and 2. And although I've played 3 before, and we're coming up to that real soon, I don't think it'd be enough. I don't want to do another dungeon in Final Fantasy 2, and I don't know if I want to replay it. I'm wrong? Please, send corrections. I wouldn't want to do more now, even if it was available, but it is still interesting in my eyes. When you kill the Emperor, he casts out the good bits of his soul, and he welcomes the dead heroes from Final Fantasy 2. In heaven. Huh. Cast out the good bit of his soul, broke it into bits. I guess that makes a little more sense, because it would be like, how did he get to heaven? He's kind of a jerk. A massive jerk. Very evil indeed. No way to skip the credits. That's okay, we'll watch it. Now, as you know, everyone, we usually have a break at 8:30. It's entirely possible to have a break a little early. I do want to derp about in the music section, the extras, like we'll check out the bestiary, and we'll take a look at the music for a little bit, and then some of the concept art. And then we'll start Final Fantasy 3 tonight. In the VODs, and shout out to everyone in the VODs, it is good to see you tonight. Whether you're catching up on a bit or an entire episode you missed, I'm going to split it up. I'm going to have to download a video editing software. We'll just use VLC because I'm not that... Yeah, I'll just use VLC. And I'll split it up so that the last episode of Final Fantasy 2 is shorter, and then we will have... Emma! And then we'll start Final Fantasy 3 tonight as well. Why not? And yeah, thanks for the correction, Mako. That's more interesting too, so points to the writers of that expansion part of the GBA release. Wait a minute. Heaven is a creation of the Emperor. That's something that could be expanded upon. Like, how did this happen? Oh, there is no afterlife in FF2. Yeah, that makes sense. And I also, here's something. Remember that all the monsters appeared on Earth when Pandemonium opened? And they call it Hell, they call it Pandemonium, it was ages ago. Maybe all the monsters came there, and so did the Emperor, because he's a monster. Dun dun dun. It's not an incredibly deep take, but slightly interesting. Oh, that's neat. He made a heaven and an afterlife to preserve himself. Man, what an evil jerk. And yet, still so much lighter and softer and like, nicer than, Pillars. Monday Night Pillars, oof, real dense lore. And if the implications of Soul of Rebirth are huge and they didn't think it through, Pillars they thought through so much. And that's why we keep bouncing into really dense and kind of dark situations. But here, like, we're heroes, we got ourselves a sweet blood sword, we're gonna stab ourselves an Emperor and come out on top, baby! And that's great! Chaos wiped us like twice in Final Fantasy 1. He was hard. Really difficult for us to get through. And a percent damage on a boss is just... It was 3 strikes of the blood sword and a couple attacks from Guy, right? And we were having a lot of trouble on the trash mobs. Trash mobs, there's an MMO term. They do not drop the fancy gear we need for progression, so they're trash mobs. You don't want to continue listening to music and watching the credits, which I can't skip. Scroll up and take a look at the pixel art sheets that Mako linked. They're pretty cool. It is good to see the differences in how, like, different interpretations and art directions and styles that have been put forward. Let's also take a look at that animation video. It's like 19 minutes long max. Pretty good timing. I don't know who Poll to Win are. And I'm sure they did a very good job, but... I guess that's kind of why I like more information about what these other companies were hired to do. Localization, probably. Given those names, yeah. Brazilian and Portuguese language. Yeah, cool. I think that's another point of the Pixel Remaster series. They're re-releasing... there you are. Re-releasing all of them internationally. Special thanks to Hironobu Sakaguchi. And Miriko Suzuki for Yoshitaka Amano's office. That's lovely. Cheers, guys. You did well. It's not easy to essentially remake an entire game. Not easy at all. And they removed a lot of the bugs and kept some of the iconic ones. The end. Save completed game data? Data save progress up to the final boss. Absolutely. Yes, please. Got a gold star there. Look at that. Good job, everyone. Okay, let's take a look at the bestiary, huh? Leg Eater. Oh. Monster rank 1. Vampire Thorn. Interesting, they're right next to one another. Hornets, Queen Bees, and Snowman. All the way up to a Sasquatch, Icicle. So we'll go through these pretty quickly, right? What's the first one we missed? Ooh, we missed one here. What is that? Number 32. Between an antlion and Gotos. So the antlion can drop money and nothing else. Spawn area, world map. The ghosts, yeah, these ghosts, they don't look like ghosts. Resistance, changeable, absorbs instant death. Yeah, fair enough. There's Gotos. Like, he can drop Bacchus's Wine, Ripper, Haste Tomes. Yeah, Spawn area in Cyclone, that's where you fight him as boss, and then they're random encounters everywhere else. Okay, the bestiary is cool, but what if they gave you a little bit of lore? What are they about? Magic. Jade Passage only. But that's not the Jade Passage in the background, that's Pandemonium. Ooh. Got you there. That's because I'm a genius. Morgan. Look at that guy. He's clearly a pirate. Why is he on the snow cabin? We missed another one! Oh no. Well, we didn't miss that many. That's pretty good. Oh. Whatever those two are. Beelzebub. Monster rank 7. Oh, look, he can drop a lot of stuff. Random encounters? Probably not. Yeah, they're definitely supposed to be 128 different types of enemies. That doesn't give you stats on the Emperor. Well, that's a little weird. Like, we've beaten him, that's the point. You could probably drop the pretense. Behemoth. King Behemoth. Power Armlet. Wow, all of the stuff he drops is particularly useful. He's probably a rare boss. Okay. Not particularly interesting. It's just fun to see, like, how many I've missed. Music player, just for a little bit. That's a good opening theme. Ah, there's a beaver. Yeah, look at this beaver. That's fantastic. Very cool. Alright. Got any requests? Does someone want to shout out one? Beaver! Yeah, because Guy speaks Beaver. In the ice cave, there are some beavers. Guy is like, yeah, I'll talk to the beavers for you. Well, he doesn't say that exactly. That's great. It's from Swan Lake? What? Fuck, no wonder it's so good. I was thinking, like, this is incredible. Tchaikovsky says yes. Oh, the Princess's Seduction is from Swan Lake. Okay, I was thinking, like, the Emperor's Rebirth, the one that's playing on my screen now, and you'll hear in a moment, that's fantastic. Incredibly powerful. Love it. Okay, that was great. Check out the gallery for just a little bit. So, all these art from Yoshitaka Amano, I'm pretty sure. And if nothing else, it should tell me. And you can see what, like, as concept art was handed to the sprite artists to develop the game and the enemies and the main characters. Title splash. That's good stuff. What it looked like in 1988. This titled Red Sword doesn't even have Firian's name on it, but it's got that, like, that bandana, which is the iconic image from Final Fantasy II that's carried forward. If it's referenced in any way, it's usually the bandana. Or the phrase Wild Rose. The princess calling, you know, the people. Like, I wish I could zoom. Can I zoom in? I cannot zoom in. Because, is Guy holding a gun? Or is that an airship in the background? Okay. Battling some demons. The frontier fracas. Sword and shield for Firian. Firian uses like multiple sticks, my dude. This is supposed to be like a collage of a lot of the monsters, and you can pick out individual ones and how they've like been incorporated in as well. And it's just beautiful. Beautiful art. There's like Marlboros at the side, a lot of the jellies and flans. Those jellies, man. Some sandworms. Like, it's not... They certainly did an amazing job, a close enough job to incorporate all of... Like, put them into sprite art with their crossbow, maybe. Yeah, that makes sense. The four comrades. Got a... Poor Leon and Firian have a bit of same face going on. Firian A. That Firian B is really nice art. I like that a lot. I wish I had more skill in art criticism so I could tell you more. It looks almost like incomplete. Mostly a sketch. Could stand to see that in full colour. There's Maria, wearing half a shirt. More power to you, baby. Wish she got a couple more. And Guy's in a thong. More power to you, baby. You wear that thong. Multiple horns. Like... Firian doesn't have the horns on his helmet the way... Oh, sorry, let me start again. Guy's helmet has the tiny horns that the Warrior of Light often does in Final Fantasy 1 when depicted as a singular instead of a group. There's Leon. I mean, he's dressed in the dark armor that definitely implies the Dark Knight. I get some Minwu art. Very cool indeed. Though, with Mago's help, we know that Minwu should not be using a shield. He doesn't need a shield, he heals. That's Yosef. He was a monk, started with a lot of unarmed. He held back a boulder until he was squished by it. Gordon started with a spear. Wow. Lila looks great. That's really cool. And a Ricard Highwind. Now, obviously they reused the idea of Dragoons later in the game because look how cool, later in the series, because look how cool that guy is. And Princess Hilda, I like that she's reclining and clearly victorious. We got your throne back. Shame we have to kill all rulers though. And the Palamesian Emperor, yeah, at this point, did not have a name. And that's fine. That's another one. Good cape, though. Yeah, and this is the part that's used in Splash Art, in the most recent Splash Art as well, when they have a villain title. Like title art. That's very good. I like that a lot. single color. That's only. I wonder if that gradient, that lighting, is digitally added or not, because that's fantastic. No, I don't know what I'm saying. Never mind. Sid, first time you turned up as well. Paul, the thief. It's weird that they made him like into such a major character. Like he turns up a couple times and you need to speak to him like once. There's Borgin, whoever that guy was. Some piratey, thiefy guy we stabbed in the water cave. Look at that. That's really cool. Like, oh fuck, other hand, buddy. Look at that. It's very cartoon, very animated. Vampire Thorn enemy. One of the first ones you fight. I mean, it's Beastry #1. Snowman. Icicle. That you can see the humanoid shape easier in this art. That is one terrifying turtle. Etton's Final Fantasy from D&D. There's a were-rat. Man, those teeth. That's very good indeed. Zombie always like this one looks startled. And then the ghost. See, this one has a more ethereal look to them. So I guess I can blame the the sprite artists. Don't blame them. They're doing their best. It's very, very good indeed. Okay, now Godos absolutely looks like a demon. So again, points to Mako being like the Emperor put Godos, or maybe a Godos demon, in charge of an army. These Helldivers look all... Yeah, those bastards are gonna paralyze you and then everyone dies. Neat. Like a zebra rhino. Sea Dragon's a lot larger than displayed in game as well. Bastard. And the brain. Yeah. Those eyes. Like that parasite. You don't want that in you. Sorry. Oh. Classic. There you are, Marlboro. Basilisk. The Heck Dies is great. Vampire Lady. Oh, lovely. You want to do an edit on this one? What was that? Come on. Killer Mantis. What a surprise. Death Rider. Turned out pretty bad. Wood golems. And those bombs. Right up until the end of the game, despite how useless they were in that last fight. The last few fights. Soldiers, wizards. Never trust a wizard. Like, looks like that. They still, that hunch is like a surprising choice for Gigas. And here the behemoth is depicted standing up, which is something they do as part of their casting animations in later Final Fantasies. They start on all fours and they stand up to cast Meteor. There's Beelzebub and Astaroth. Yeah, they were supposed to be like endgame bosses. Same with the Emperor. Here he is in his final form. Like that. That's very cool. Got the darkness to it. Jeez. Well, good job, everybody. I think we've seen all there is to see at this point. I'm going to close the game. And we're going to take a little extra break. So, I'll see you in 10 minutes. So, roughly 8:31, 8:32, okay? Everyone get up, have a good stretch, roll out your shoulders, and we'll come back for Final Fantasy 3. Thank you very much for joining me for Final Fantasy 2. And everyone in the VODs, thanks for watching this half the length of a regular episode, huh? Now, just because you watched the game and you weren't in chat doesn't mean you didn't beat it too. Congratulations. You should write it down. I beat Final Fantasy 2 whenever you finish watching this video.